Hi, everybody. My name is Ben. Um, well, my full name is Benjamin Law, but you can call me Ben. Welcome to my channel. Yeah, if you like this video, give it a like. If you want to see more content, push the subscribe button. So today I'm going to be talking about my experience with, I guess, relationships. I'm a little bit scared because it might get a little personal. I guess it is personal, but I think I'm going to talk about this topic of setting boundaries. So, in my first relation, well, this was like my second relationship. I think one of the biggest things I learned is part of the reason why it didn't end up so well is because for me personally, I didn't set any boundaries. Like I didn't know what I wanted, what I didn't want. I'd only been in like one relationship before, so I think I was like 19 or something in my first relationship. And this other is the second one I had, the one I'm talking about. I probably was like 22. Um, so yeah, I was just excited. I was like, ooh, they're cute. Ooh, they're really cute and everything. And then I didn't really think about like, that they were taking advantage of me a little bit. So we started dating, and we ended up, we ended up going to like this. It was like this conference type thing, like in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, over the summer. I took a couple of days off from my job, and I decided to go there. And this other person was paying for the hotel and like everything. And then like later on, a couple, like, night or two went by, whatever. Then later on, they started asking me, oh, they're like, come on, come on, come on. Like they wanted to have sex with me, and I didn't really feel comfortable having sex. But I did it anyway because I felt guilty because like they were paying for the hotel and like everything, and like never do that. Rule number one: never have sex with someone just because they're paying for the hotel or whatever. Or if you're on vacation with them or whatever you're doing, that's really messed up. Don't ever do that because I just felt guilty, and then like I told him later on, like back in September. We left in, I think it was the week of 4th of July, so it was like the beginning of like 4th of July back in. This was July 2019. But later on, like in September, I think I told them that, and like they felt guilty, they felt bad and stuff. But I didn't really feel comfortable doing it, but I did anyway. So I regret doing that. So one rule is like for setting boundaries is don't do something you're not comfortable with. If you're not comfortable with it, tell your partner that you're not comfortable doing things. Um, I think another thing I learned is sometimes this other person I was dating, they would like want to have sex with me other times, and I didn't feel necessarily want to do it, but they pushed it anyway. And they would use like these, they have like these puppy dog eyes, and I'm like, come on, like they say it, like in the most sweetest way, and like I would fall for it every time. So just don't just do something just because someone's pressuring you to do it. Whether it's sex or anything. You have to have your own boundaries. Like if you don't feel comfortable doing something, don't do it. I kind of wish I had done that because, and I always tell my one friend, she's dating this guy. I almost look at her like a younger sister. I tell her, don't do it if you don't feel comfortable doing it, because I kind of wish I had waited. I don't really care now. I have a good time now, so I'm doing my own thing now. But like, it's important to like wait if you don't feel comfortable. Um, I guess I'm gonna talk more. Let's see. So setting boundaries. So if the person doesn't, if you don't feel comfortable doing something, don't do it. Whether it's sex or anything else, like I said before. I'm trying to think if I have any other advice for setting boundaries. Oh yeah, if the person gets upset or angry, that's a red flag. Like they shouldn't be getting upset or angry with you for you wanting to like respect yourself or whatever. Like red flag is like don't let the other person be getting angry. Like that's bad. That is a red flag. Um, and you find out people's true intentions too. So I want to talk a little bit more about my last relationship. I don't know if you guys want to hear that, but lessons I learned from my second relationship, basically, besides like being pressured into having sex, I learned that you can't base a relationship solely on sex because what's gonna happen when the sex isn't there. Like when I didn't want to have sex with them, they'd always want to have sex with me, and I didn't feel comfortable doing it. So that really was one of the biggest issues. Like I liked doing it sometimes, but they want to do it all the time. I guess they really enjoyed it, huh? But I enjoyed it too, but it was too much. It was nice though. We had a lot of chemistry, but yeah. I think another thing I learned is it was kind of messed up how this person was like, they lived like 20 minutes away, and we were both going to school, right? I live right near the campus because I like moved down to Salisbury. I went to Salisbury University, so I moved down to Salisbury, and they lived in, I forgot where they lived. They lived in another city, but it was like 20 minutes away or whatever. It wasn't that far, and I'm just like they always made excuses why they couldn't see me and stuff. I'm like, we could hang out, we could go on dates. There's a couple places here. Like there's Ocean City, there's the beach. We went on the beach like one time, maybe in the span of 6 months, and like we started dating like in April. I'm just like, what? Something's wrong about that. And like we wouldn't talk on the phone that much. Like they always say, oh, I don't like talking on the phone. I'm just like, what? I mean, I understand that a little bit, but it was just kind of messed up. But then one time they wanted me to do something, they called me on the phone. I'm just like, how are you gonna only call me on the phone when you want me to do stuff? But you don't like calling, you don't like talking on the phone. I'm just like, where you like trying to figure out like what I'm doing or whatever, but you don't want to like hang out with me. It's just kind of weird, or go on a date or whatever. And basically, yeah, like if you live kind of close to someone, you should be spending more time with them. Because I had some friends, and even just texting or whatever. Like I'd have some friends I would text like once a week or something, and they live way in Florida. I'm like, I don't think distance has anything to do with it, you know? And it's just like, why am I talking to these people that I haven't talked to in like a long time that much, having more in-depth conversations with them, texting and stuff, and I'm not with my own boy. Should I say that? Oh my god. I am with the person I'm dating. Um, I'm just like, oh, that's not like something's weird about that. Like, I don't think you should be having. I mean, your friends are important, but I'm just like, something's not right. Like, when you're dating someone, you should be talking to them more than like once every 2 weeks. It should be at least once a week or something. I'm just like, I don't think I asked for that much. Like I said before, I didn't have any standards. I think in the beginning when I first started dating this person, I had no standards. So because of that, I just let them walk all over me. They'd always get what they wanted, but I never got to spend time with them outside of sex. Or and they always make up excuses. They'd be at work, they'd be doing something else. I'm just like, that's not right. And then one time they actually decided to meet with one of their friends on their off days, but they didn't want to meet with me. I mean, I think that's kind of messed up. I mean, I didn't think it was that messed up, and my friend kind of pointed out to me it kind of was because they could always hang out with their friend another time, but like their one off day they can hang out with me. But like it's just like when you're in a relationship, you got to do more than just have sex. Like, you got to go on dates. Like, it doesn't have to be expensive stuff. You can go walking in the park. You can go watch Netflix or something, watch a movie on Netflix. Like, it's really simple stuff. Like, I learned that, like, if you're not getting basic stuff out of a relationship, then there's really no point in being in a relationship. Like, if you can't talk to that person about things, it's just really bad. So this is some of the lessons I learned. If they're not giving you hardly any attention, like, or you're trying to reach out to them and give them attention, do stuff like it's just kind of like, why are you even in a relationship? So, yeah, make sure the person's paying attention to you and talking to you and stuff because that's a red flag. They might be having a fling with someone else. I don't know. This person might have been doing something with someone else because like we were not talking to each other enough, and like I remember we had a fight one time because I walked away. They told me, never walk away. If you ever walk away, never walk away. So like that's the one thing I wasn't supposed to do. It's like on Beauty and the Beast when he's like, the Beast is like, don't go in the West Wing. I went in the West Wing and he got upset and he broke up with me. So, or I guess they broke up with me. Oh my god. But back in like this was like a couple days before their birthday too, so I was trying to text them and like they're just upset and stuff because we had a fight and I think they were just stressed out because of work or whatever. But I came back to Salisbury early so I could spend time with them on their birthday, and like we ended up having a fight. So I'm like, I could have just stayed at home for the rest of the summer before classes started, so that kind of sucked. Could have made extra money for an extra week or whatever, or extra 2 weeks. That really sucked. But yeah, Yeah, and if you find yourself making more sacrifices than the other person is, then that's another red flag. You shouldn't be like giving up things for this other person. Like, it's one thing for them to give up something. Like, okay, I'll not do that so I can do something with you, or like give or take. People go back and forth, but like if it's always you giving up something to do something for this other person, like that's not right. That's not right. It needs to be like a partnership. You guys need to work together. Um, and then after we broke up, they texted me when I'm like in San Antonio, Texas, for like a journalism conference because I was a journalism major at Salisbury University, and I'm just like, I decided to wait to text them until I get back because I don't want them to ruin my trip or whatever journalism conference. And I'm just like, no, I'm gonna wait until after I get back, and then like it's just long ass apologies, really saying sorry, I made a mistake, sorry, oh, and like I kind of believed it, but like as my friends are telling me, like people don't change for the most part. People, guys, or people in general like stay the way they are, but they don't really change, and But I didn't really ignore them. I mean, I didn't really listen to them, and they changed for like 1 or 2 weeks, and then they went back to the same bullshit behavior, same behavior, and um, we don't talk for like a long time, and what happens eventually? Eventually, they end up breaking up with me again. But they did it in person. They didn't do it over text. The first time was over text back in August, and then in like November 2019, they actually broke up with me in person. So at least I appreciate in person breakups. That's a lot, you know. Okay, it's better than just a text, but I appreciated that. So, but like lesson learned is don't let someone treat you like trash. It's just not right. And like especially when they say they're gonna change or whatever, you don't believe them, because they're probably not gonna change. They need to do something to prove that they will. But it's just like if the person's not treating you right, they're not giving you attention and stuff. You need to speak up and tell them how you feel. And if they're not changing, then you need to just let it go. Because I was starting to fall out of love with this person. We were not talking that much after we got back together. And like I said before, just like the old behavior, it continued after 2 weeks or whatever. It went back to the same old thing. They only wanted to be with me when they wanted to have sex. So the chemistry was good. It was good chemistry. Sex was good, but it just wasn't relationship material. And then I realized I found this person disgusting. I was kind of disgusted by them, so I didn't really want to hang out with them anyway. I just started to see their true personality. I'm just like, there was stuff happening in other parts of their life with other people I knew, like other relationships, like friendships and stuff, and like they were not committing to things that they said they were gonna do, or they were taking too long to do stuff and like thinking too hard about things. I'm just like, this person's a little too analytical. They think about things too much. They need to like actually do something, and just they were not. They just weren't. They just weren't on top of things, and they weren't like doing it. Like they were just so selfish and focused on themselves all the time. And that's another red flag. If they're only thinking about themselves, and it's just not good. So make sure you respect yourself and set boundaries about what you will do and what you don't do before you get into a relationship. Because I just went right into it, rose-colored glasses and everything, and I wasn't thinking about it. But it was a good experience. It was a good lesson to learn. I need someone that's gonna respect me and respect my time and stuff, and not just use me only for certain things. If someone just wants to hook up, they can hook up. But if you're gonna say, "Oh, I want to be in a relationship with you," then you need to step up to the plate. And if they're not stepping up to the plate and they're not spending time with you or communicating with you and stuff like that, you don't need to be in a relationship with them because it's just not right. Yeah, the number one thing is if they're only around you for certain things, then or they're only around you for like car rides or something or whatever it is, then that's a red flag. If you can't talk to them about how you're feeling or things that happen in your life, different dreams and goals you have, and just things in general, then there's an issue right there. That's not a person that wants to be in a relationship. They just want something else from you. Yeah. So, lessons learned from being in a relationship. I hope you all enjoyed my video, and check out my next video. I'm not sure what it's going to be about yet, but this was fun, and check me out on social media. My Instagram is lawbenjamin71. I think it's lawbenjamin71. So check me out on Instagram and subscribe and share this video, enjoy it. Thank you all for watching. Bye.